Hello everybody, this is Sci-Fi Junk yet again on this lovely, wonderful Saturday afternoon, and I just wanted to go ahead and make a video about a company that pretty much pulled the rest of my 5 years worth of work out the drain when it comes to Wetumpka Housing Authority, and then proceeds to chastise me for having proxy server and say, well, for the network of this size, it shouldn't really need it, and that it has to be in individual workstations when it comes to pop-up ads and all. Now, although that may be true, you really have not done any of the work that I've done, or at least, did anything relating to what I've done at the Wetumpka Housing Authority for the last 5 years. Now, this company happens to be the lovely, let's see if I can bring up some information here. It happens to be Urlaub Co PLLC Certified Public Accountants, CPAs. Yay! And their lovely wonderful flying is it is our let's see if I can bring it over here so I can actually look at the camera. It says it is our company commitment to provide clients with the highest quality of service and the personal touch they deserve. Now, I'm sure that may be the case when it comes to the CPA side of things, but it's certainly not the case when it comes to the use of their software or anything like that. So we are going to, oh wait, really? They're deciding to go ahead and get their act together? Let's see if it works here. Let's see. Huh. Imagine it. So, yeah, it kind of makes me wonder, because when places like this actually go on and say, oh, well, we don't even support that anyway, but yet their website is unsecured. So what makes it kind of makes me wonder what a company like this kind of does when it comes to securing the information. I mean, granted, they're supposed to be doing all this lovely, wonderful stuff. They're supposed to be keeping everything secure in one form or another, but when it comes to the point of telling their IT, going into a housing authority's deal to set their stuff up, and then proceed to tell their IT department, which is me at the time, saying, oh, you basically didn't know what the fuck you were doing by, chastising the IT and everything else. See, now let's go ahead and turn off the proxy, because they say that their website doesn't support proxy whatsoever. So, so we're going to find out, because the way Chrome works is it has it cached. And so let's go ahead and I'll show you what's on here. Right, let's see. Now, mind you, okay, now, here's what their website looks like. Now, just 10 seconds ago, as I was making sure to do this before, it actually came up with a website. Now, I have my proxy setting turned off. I have everything turned off, and this is what happens. Now, mind you, this is the company that proceeded to chastise me about the work I've been doing for the last 5 years. Basically saying that, proxy server and, because they wanted to know what the whole stack was. So I went ahead and told them that one was a file server using Open Media Vault. And they didn't, the dude kind of looked at me funny and said, "What in the world's that?" But anyway, I go that one's a file server with Open Media Vault, one's a Squid proxy server, and they didn't understand the fact what the proxy server was doing. It's the standard stuff, not everybody that has a proxy server is going to go through the elaborate stuff, elaborate settings. So, it basically just had standard stuff. And I was trying to make it where some of the stuff would cache locally on the proxy server, so it would save up on their bandwidth, because I didn't know if they had limited bandwidth, especially when it came to AT&T. Which is an interesting fact, because they happen to go through the same data center that we do. So, Potomac Housing Authority and my lovely unit here in the Potomac Housing Authority go to the same data center. Exact same data center. And as you can very well see, as it tries to refresh again, that the Urlaub's website here is not even up. It's not even working whatsoever. So let's go ahead and flip on my proxy server, because this right here really doesn't make any sense. It doesn't tell me much. Now, as we're waiting for that to happen, maybe we should go ahead and go on along the lines of I've been working for the Potomac Housing Authority for almost 5, maybe 6 years now, or it used to be 5 or 6 years now. Because on the 10th of January of 2020, the website that I had, which was one of the others, because there was 3 servers. I already told you about the NAS, the file server. I already told you about the proxy server. The other one's a web server. And the freaking IT guy there goes, "Yeah, I don't know anything about that." And I'm seriously like, what? You're in IT and you have no idea about what a web server does? Like, you don't know it serves web pages? Here we go. Now, it's either this error right here where it says the system returned a 101 connection timeout. It's either that, or it says that there has been zero packets relayed. And this is through Squid. This is the whole thing, whole enchilada. This is even their lovely, wonderful IP address, which I will attempt, which I'm going to have to bleep out. But the point is, this is the error that I get. It's either this one or another one. And Squid is a little bit more truthful when it comes to telling errors instead of, why they can't connect, versus, Google Chrome and Internet Explorer and Microsoft Edge, and I'm not even sure what Oracle or any other browsers come up with. I'm sure they come up with the most vague errors just as much as Google does. But when it comes to, let's go ahead and refresh again. Now, when you actually get to the web page, it seems to be also coded kind of questionable, because most browsers, you don't have to worry about some of the stuff that some websites are being coded for anymore, because some of the browsers have accounted for a number of a number of things like oh crap, I can't remember what it's like. HTML5. You really don't need to code for that anymore. You just plop it together and be done with it. Anyway, maybe I'm just overreacting. Maybe, I guess you could say, maybe I'm a disgruntled freelance IT guy. But when you get told that you're, yeah, see, it's still not even coming up. It's same error. But when you get told by a company that's a CPA that it doesn't need this and it doesn't need that, and this isn't needed, or anything, that's not needed, just being completely and utterly chastised for your work that you've been doing for the last 5 years, and then not knowing what Open Media Vault and what a file server is, and what a proxy server, a general proxy server does, and what a web server is, kind of makes you questionable. And in fact, when you have errors like this that goes to your website, it just makes it even more questionable. Because it kind of makes me wonder if your other customers are having the same problem or not. Now again, I'm going to have to bleep out the lovely, wonderful IP address because, yeah, I don't want to completely cause some problems, but to get them to wake up and understand that if I'm having problems just to look at your website to see what you are like and what you offer and what you know, everything else, how's everybody else seeing your website? Matter of fact, the 10th of January, when I had to pull the web server that this lovely company doesn't know anything about, for the fact that they don't even know what a web server is, let alone anything else, I did a trace. See, you can do a trace route and you can find out where all those routes go. And again, when I do a trace route, it's 2 hops before it gets to their lovely, wonderful hosting site that has no problem. Let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and let's see. I want to see CMD run as administrator. Yeah. So I'm going to, let's see if I can find. Oh, no. Actually, let's go with this one. Trace route that. TRAC route. So let's see. I'll go ahead and, because I'm going to have to, because I don't even remember what the hosting service is. But anyway, and plus that's the reason why you're not seeing my trace route, because again, it's showing up IP addresses, and I don't want to blast their servers, even though I probably should. So let's see, what is it? Should be like hop 6. Okay, no. Where is it then? Where? Oh, no, it's hop 7. And it goes pretty much the exact same way. Yeah, now it's the hop before it. Yeah, there it goes. There it is. And there. Okay, come on. See, their web hosting service has no problem serving their own websites. No problem at all. But when it comes to the actual company that's supposed to be hosted on, that they're supposed to be hosting, It seems to be a lovely, wonderful, questionable problem. Now, after doing some research on this company has actually had its own problems. And see, there's its name, number, email, and all this stuff relating to other people having problems. And after doing a who is on this thing, they own it for until I think roughly sometime until next year. So they can't even switch over, if I remember what the who is said. So again, this actually ended up being a rambling video. I do sincerely apologize. It was not my intention to actually make this a rambling video, but when you get told by a company that your work that you've done isn't worth shit in one form or another, and then you can't even go to that company's website, website or webpage or whatever, it kind of makes you wonder. Because when you act like an elitist, it kind of makes you, it makes people not want to deal with you anymore. Matter of fact, the housing authority, before they called me, they said that they've called the Urlaub, and they said that they were getting treated like crap. See, that's not something they deserve. They don't deserve being treated like crap because you don't want to believe them, because you don't want to test your stuff out. And again, they asked me to go ahead and do it, and I've done practically everything. And then I even did a trace route while they were on the phone, and then come to find out, oh, their hosting service just admitted to having a problem when they questioned them about it. So, again, it was not my intention to make a rambling video. It was not my intention to be this long. But for the love of God, don't treat people like crap because it's working on your end. And don't trust the host because they say it works. Test your website out every now and then. Now, with that being said, don't have too much fun. Truly treat people like you want to be treated. And always test your own website out before treating people like crap, because what they're telling you is most likely what's really happening. Until next time, don't have too much fun.